So my partner didn't show up this morning. I figured I'm here anyway. Might as well make a little quick workout video while I'm all geared up and waiting. Pretty early in the morning, but kind of reminded me of the old COVID days. That's one of the big things that I get requested for on my YouTube channels, to put up some training videos like I used to during lockdown. So we're just going to start off, and we're going to start with a little bit of a warm up for footwork here. What we're going to do is get into our on guard position, and I really want to make sure that you guys, everybody does this, is on their outside guard, and that's the main one we're going to be using today. Is, you see how my arm is coming in? So all I want you to do is just rotate out, so this just past your leg on the outside here. Try to keep in that position. I'll remind you every once in a while, because we all, as we move, tend to drift that in. We're just going to start at the end of your space, get into a nice on guard stance, and start advancing, kind of slowly and smoothly. Feel it out. Make sure you're always landing on your heel as you move forward, and the back foot kind of lands on its toe and then goes down. You want to try to keep similar space between your feet, and this is just about being smooth, and then retreat. Good job. Shake it out for a sec. All right, the next one we're going to do is big reach advances here. So big steps and a little bit of a deeper stance than you normally do. And again, crank that arm back outside and back. I think I forgot I was supposed to take big steps there. That's okay. Shake it out for a sec. Next one we're going to do is tiny little steps, little micro advances. Into a nice deep stance, about right. Twist that arm back outside. So they're just like really like half a foot, just tiny ones. Reach the end of your space and back. All right, shake it out. The next one we're going to do is a little bit more complicated, but it's basically just an advanced lunge. The things that I want you to try, and just think about it, is a slow start and a fast finish. So during the advanced lunge, one of the things you just about always want to do is start the advance slow. So on the advance, we're going to extend the arm just a little bit and have a smooth forward advance. The first step is fairly slow. The second one slowly accelerates. And then the final one, we're going to lunge very quickly. So start with that extension. And then from there, we're going to bend the back knee, push off the front, and recover back. So if we put that together, it looks like this. And so really the thing to watch is that acceleration, that slow start, and quick finish. And what that does in actual fencing is it allows you to kind of see what's going to happen and make a decision. So if we're fencing and I only have one speed, sometimes that's really easy to see and it can be hard to make decisions. So during that first creeping slow advance, you often see that in my videos, and I like moving forward, back at a slow rhythm and then suddenly attacking. That's really what you're seeing is a probe. So if I don't like what I see there, or if I can't get an opening or whatever, he's put his blade in a position that I don't like, I can just step back. I can change my decision, or I can kind of stay where I'm at. No, don't like it. Yeah, right? And that's the way that you should structure like most of your attacks. Sometimes you'll see the opposite, where somebody will do like a quick step and then a slow, but that's not really most of the time. that's a pretty rare occasion that that works, and sometimes it does. So keep that in mind. Mix up the rhythm, play with it a little bit. Most of the time it's slow to fast, and you just want to be quick on that last kind of finishing move. Anyway, that's an aside. Let's actually get this done here. Okay, so we're going to go slow, slow, fast, and extend the arm on the first of that. Slow, slow, fast. 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 Good. Shake that out. Let's mess with them even more, okay? So your opponent might get comfortable with that. Maybe, like, probably not. The accelerated attack is really good, really effective. We're going to add a little step there. So what we're going to do is slow, slow step lunge. So you're just stepping the lead foot down really quickly. And it has the same effect as a historical Appel. You could even do that with an Appel if you want. So the difference is I'm showing it as 1, 2, step, lunge. That was the Appel, or step, hit. So I'm either hitting with the ball of my foot or stepping. Fencer's choice. Still that same acceleration. Slow, slow step down. Slow, slow step down. Slow, slow step down. Slow, slow step down. Slow, slow step lunge. 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 Good job. Shake it out. So one of the things, if you're an instructor, is you kind of introduce that complicated footwork fairly early on. And that way, when you're just doing it like this across the gym, and that way later on, when you're actually doing it in a lesson, it feels familiar to people. So it's one less thing to think about. But you take away the sword, take away anything else, just focus on the footwork. Don't even focus on distance change or anything like that, so that it becomes kind of natural. It's one less thing to think about in your lesson. All right. We're going to start backwards. And all we're going to do is step, step back. So you step with the rear foot, step again deep, and retreat. You can even extend the arm. Good. Now we're going to retreat into something similar. What we're going to do is step with the front foot, just kind of in place, maybe moving forward a couple inches, and then step back. Just like that. Okay, let's try it from over here. That's a really good one when you're fencing, in that you show a feint and then just open up the distance. So maybe that triggers a counterattack. You start, if you have somebody who's prone to counterattacking, you start that little feint, they attack you, you step forward, they miss, hit them afterwards, right? That's kind of how it would apply tactically. So show forward and step back. Oops. There, I screwed that up because I tripped. All right, shake it out for a second. The next one we're going to do is just kind of naturally traverse. So you're going to be in your wide outside guard here. You're going to step inside, outside, and back. So my hand is changing position. I'm in my old style outside guard here. I'm going to step narrow, step outside, and come back. Now let's add an extra one. So back, inside, outside, inside. There you go. But you can add on more of those. It ends up working as kind of a traverse cut feint. All right, let's grab a sword. We're just going to do some figure eights. Start with that shoulder. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when I'm at the top of that, what I really like to do is squeeze the fingers down. So even though I'm making a big motion with my arm, warming up my shoulder a little bit, I still get those fingers kind of activated. And when I'm talking about that, it's just those bottom 3 fingers kind of pinch the sword. It accelerates it forward. You're going to feel a lot of whip come from the cut. And that's what where you get your power from. Do rising cuts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Then we're going to do the same from the elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, finger squeeze. And rising. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now we're just going to do them with the wrist. And fingers, right? Make sure you're doing the fingers. So I'm going into an outside guard, squeezing the fingers down, turning the wrist over, coming back up, squeezing the fingers down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's important not to overdo these. It's really easy to get your arm fatigued. You'll feel the muscles seize up if you're not doing it correctly, especially if you're holding the grip tight. So don't overdo these. Don't hold your grip too tight. Don't do too many of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Shake it out. All right, so we're going to start an outside guard. We're just going to do a cut number 1 and recover. So outside guard, what we're going to do is a coupe, a cut over. Cut the sword down from here, recover back outside. Okay, so again, just like that. And now the thing is that you can choose to do opposition or not on those. It doesn't really matter. We're just cutting in the air. When we're cutting in the air, I almost prefer people not to use opposition. So that means like pushing the arm towards the inside on the cut number 1. So when you're doing this in actuality, a lot of the time you push that arm to lock out the blade. However, our opponent doesn't have a blade, and it's not always good to get into that habit if their sword is in a different position. So if I'm going to cut number 1 and their sword is like pointed down here, that happens in bounding, right? So sometimes I want to get that ability to cut number 1 by keeping the arm straight. So we're just going to work on keeping it straight today. So from the side, it looks like this. And there's not a lot of motion in my arm. Good. Okay, so we'll try that together now. We're going to do 10 of them. Again, squeeze the fingers as you cut down, turn the hand, and come back. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Shake it out. Okay, we're just going to do a little distance drill. We're going to go into our outside guard here, and we're just going to cut 7 straight down at the top. We're going to stop it. It's really just going to be a light half cut. And what we're going to do is start with tiny steps and gradually lengthen them to stretch out your lunge. Okay, so we're going to hit, recover, hit, recover, hit, recover. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper now. Hit, recover, hit, recover, hit, recover, hit, recover. Good job. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So find a point on the floor that's a little bit past that. recover, hit, recover. So the first step in that is starting with an arm extension. We're on our outside guard. So what you do at the beginning is turn and come forward maybe a couple of inches. From there, you finish the extension and squeeze. So again, we're going to go a little bit deeper this time. And now let's go for the deepest lunge possible. Don't hurt yourself. Good, shake it out. So from there, we're going to do an advanced lunge. Same thing, outside guard. On the advance, my arm comes forward and turns a little bit into a medium guard. It's kind of like the start of a feint, but we're just going to cut direct from there. So forward, cut, back, retreat. Now let's throw in a concept that we learned earlier, which is slow, fast. It's going to be trickier because we have to keep the arm coordinated now. Squeeze the fingers, turn the guard, recover. So there's added layers of difficulty in it. Good. Shake it out. We're going to do a couple more. And this time we're going to do a gather step instead of an advance. So to gain a little bit of ground, and these are sometimes controversial. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm fine with them. If you need to creep that foot forward, lots of sorts that show it. Gives you a little bit of reach on the lunge. It makes you a little bit vulnerable if you're counterattacked because your feet end up close together. But we find that in like Roworth and Thomas Page. So why not? Why not add one more thing? Don't always have to do it, but you can sometimes. So going to gather, hit back, and we'll do a big jump back retreat. Good, shake it out. Good stuff. So we'll call her quits. We got a little bit of a sweat on, a little bit of practice. The problem with doing too much of the solo stuff, it's hard on your arm because you don't have a target that you're hitting. There's limited use for it, but it can be good if you want to get some practice in. If you want to get your sequence correct, try to do so in front of a mirror. Sometimes record yourself. Some sort of feedback so that you're getting the sequence. And that's what we're really working on today, was kind of extending the arm, a little bit of rhythm, and that stuff will get you really far. It'll help you a lot. That's the kind of stuff that makes the biggest difference